Hi, thank you for tuning in to Global Elite Media. This week, we're going to talk about how to open your home care agency, non medical, in Chicago, Illinois, or in Illinois, the state of Illinois. Please press like, subscribe, and share. Share this audio with someone who you think may need it. If you have any questions, you can post them below or go to the website globaleliteacademy.net. You can send us go to the contact page and you can send us a question from there, or you can look on there and get our phone number and give us a call. That's Global Elite Academy.net. globaleliteacademy.net. Okay. So let's get started. And we're going to, like I said, this week is how to open your home non-medical home care agency in Chicago, Illinois, or basically Illinois, the state of Illinois. So in Illinois, a non-medical home care agency, you must obtain a license from the Illinois Department of Public Health under the classification of home service agency. Now, if you were interested in opening a skilled nursing, which is medical, then you would get a license, and that license is called for home service agencies. That is, no, I'm sorry, not home, I'm sorry. It's home nursing agencies. That's the skilled. Skilled is home nursing agency, and non-medical is home service agency. Now, you cannot advertise or operate a home care business without the license. Now, this is the steps that you would do. You have to decide, well, you should always write a business plan for your company. You don't know how many people call me and they don't have a clue as to what you even supposed to do in the business. They're simply seeing somebody else with a home health agency, and then they're calling to try to get one, but they don't know nothing about it, nothing. So you should definitely do a business plan. It gives you a clear blueprint on what you're supposed to do in this agency, or what the agency is even about for the next 3 years. And it also will guide you through like the money that you need to spend every year, because that's another thing. People come into want a business, a home health agency, they don't even have a dime to advertise. If you don't have the patience, how are you going to have a business? You have to have patience, and in order to get patience, you must advertise. And so people will have the money. They may have some of the money if they want to hire a consulting company, but they don't have no money for marketing. But I have had people to call and don't have money for anything. I don't know what kind of business they think they're going to start. So make sure you have money for marketing, because even if you have money to get started and you don't have any money for marketing, how in the world are you going to get patients? So you need to do a business plan, because this will lay out for the next 3 years what it is you need and how much money you need to operate this business. You're going to decide on the structure of the business. Do you want an LLC, corporation, or individual? And then you have to go on irs.gov and apply for your EIN number. Now, I also like I like for your EIN. Now you need a telephone. I like Grasshopper because Grasshopper has a like an auto attendant when they answer the phone, and so it can transfer you. Like it can say, "Oh, thank you for reaching Joe's home care, press 1 for human resources, press 2 for nursing, like that. It has like that. So, and that's really good. And then when somebody calls you, it announces to you who the caller is. Like when it rings on your end, it'll say, "This is Grasshopper. You have a call from," and it'll tell you the person's name or the phone number. You could decide to take the call or send it to voicemail. So I really like Grasshopper. So you could check that out for your phone system. It's just grasshopper.com, I think. Or you could Google it and get the number. The other thing is, let me see, you have your EIN, you have the phone number, you need an email address. So now you want to get a business email address. So you could either go through Google, not Google, I'm sorry, GoDaddy. You could either go through GoDaddy or you could contact my company because we have a guy who's really good with the marketing. In 2.5 to 3 months, he'll get you on the first page of Google with the SEO. And he gives out or sells email business addresses. So again, go to globaleliteacademy.net and look up our phone number and give us a call, and we can help you with the email if you don't go through GoDaddy. So after you do that, then you're going to go online and apply for your home service agency license. So you're going to download and complete the applications from IDPH, which is what I told you. It was Illinois Department of Public Health. So you're going to download the application, fill out the application, and pay the fee. Now, the fee for a home service agency license in Illinois is $1,500. And that $1,500 is non-refundable. Okay. Then when you're opening up an agency, you have to have the policy and procedures for your company. It's called a policy and procedure manuals. Now, you can either buy those because they have them online, contact us, we can make you up one, or you could do it yourself. What you have to do is go to the website where you're applying and see if they have or where you can get the rules and regulations of opening up a home non-medical home care agency, which would be a home service agency, because that's what it's called in Illinois. Look up their rules and regulations for home health agency. And then whatever their rules and regulations is, your policies have to be written based upon whatever their rules and regulations are. Sometimes it's better to go on and let someone do it for you or purchase it. And when you purchase them, they cost about $2,500, the policy and procedure manuals. If you could get them cheaper than that, they're not going to be any good. Because I've seen some, well, I only seen one. It was like $250, but when we got it, we just wanted to see what it was all in there. It didn't have everything in there. Even the ones that's $2,500, they still didn't have everything that is required that the state is looking for. So even though I remember we had purchased one in the beginning, I had to still end up making like at least 30 additional policies to go on that. And then we had bought one for IHSS policy and procedures manual. And that was 15. No, that was $1,000 for the IHSS policy and procedure manual, and we had to end up adding so much more to that. So even the ones that you buy for 2,500, everything is not going to be in there. So we were selling ours for 2,500, but when I realized I had to add so many additional, I am going to go up on that price. I haven't gone up yet, but I am going to go up because if you don't get the proper policy and procedure manual, you cannot pass the survey. So you have to have the right policy and procedure manual because they're going to ask to see some of those policies, and that will cause you to fail if you don't have them in there properly. Okay, so the policy and procedure manual you need to get. Then you have to get, so you're going to be hiring people and training people. So you're going to have to figure out what are you going to use for ongoing software so that you could train the caregivers. Now, they need to be able to have something where they could read through whatever, read through it, then take a test at the end, and then it'll automatically copy out a certificate for the caregivers. So you need something like that, and that is mandatory because they need to have ongoing training. So you could either train like every 3 months, every 6 months, or once a year, but you have to do yearly training. So you need to get a system like that. Then you're going to need an onboarding system. Software, different software like for onboarding and even to hire, because you can hire like through Indeed, but there's a shortage out here. So you need to be able to contact more than just Indeed. We deal with a company that it has over 250 places to post the application for a caregiver. So you would do one posting, and then they will post it to 250 places. And I'm telling you, it's really good. It's going to come in handy, and you need something like that. That's software for that. That's for hiring. And then you have the onboard hiring. Then you're going to have, the onboarding when they're hired in. And then you're going to have onboarding. Oh, them clocking in and out. They have to be able to clock in and out. And you need the one for clocking in and out, and payroll. You need the payroll software. So you're going to need all your different softwares you need for when you're starting your agency. Also, after you submit your application to IDPH, they're going to review your application. Usually they said it takes about 30 days. If you're approved, they will get you a provisional license while they're continuing to send you through the process, because then they have to do the survey. So then after you continue to go through the process, then you'll get your full licensing. And you'll get the full licensing after they do an on-site survey to ensure that you're in compliance with everything. So when you pay the $1,500, again, I'm going to repeat this. It take usually about 30 days for them to review your application and everything. And after they approve your application and everything, they'll give you a provisional license, and you can use that. And then while they're continuing to send you through the process, and then once you get your on-site survey, then you'll get your permanent license, and you'll be able to start training. Okay, let me see what else. I think that, so then you have to think about, like I said before, what is the cost for you starting up? How much money are you going to need to, because it's going to take a minute for you to start getting clients in. Okay, so that's how you start the process to get your license for a service in Illinois. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good week.